Just as Max and Bella successfully place the stolen gem back in its museum display case, the alarm suddenly blares, and red lights flash, signaling their imminent capture. They frantically race through the dark, eerie halls, narrowly dodging a vigilant security guard. With their hearts pounding, they finally leap out of a window, but their troubles are far from over as the entire town buzzes with the mystery of the stolen gem. Max and Bella must now navigate a web of suspicion and danger to clear their names. Their friendship will be tested in ways they never imagined as they face the real culprits behind the theft. In a small, quiet town lived a greedy dog named Max and his clever cat neighbor, Bella. Max had always wanted to have everything for himself, while Bella was more thoughtful and liked to think before she acted. One sunny day, Max found a shiny, sparkling gem in the museum. He couldn't resist the urge to take it. Max quickly grabbed the gem and ran home, hiding it in his backyard. Later that night, Max couldn't sleep. He was too excited about his new treasure. But then, there was a knock on his door. It was Bella. She looked serious. "Max, something strange is going on. I heard someone stole a valuable gem from the museum today," Bella said. Max's heart raced, but he tried to act normal. "Oh, really? I haven't heard anything," he replied, hoping she wouldn't notice his nervousness. Bella knew Max well and sensed something was off. She decided to keep an eye on him. Over the next few days, Max became more paranoid. He constantly checked on the gem, afraid someone might find out. Bella watched him closely, noticing his odd behavior. One evening, while Max was out for a walk, Bella snuck into his backyard. She found the gem hidden under a pile of leaves. Bella took the gem and went back home, thinking about what to do next. Should she return the gem to the museum or confront Max? She decided to confront him first. That night, Bella knocked on Max's door again. "Max, I need to talk to you," she said. Max, looking worried, let her in. Bella held out the gem. "Max, I found this in your backyard. Why did you take it?" Max's eyes widened in fear. I couldn't help it, Bella. It's so beautiful, and I wanted it for myself," he confessed. Bella sighed, feeling a mix of anger and pity. "Max, this is serious. The police are looking for this gem. We need to return it before things get worse," she said firmly. Max knew Bella was right, but he was scared of getting caught. "What if we get in trouble?" he asked, his voice shaking. Bella thought for a moment. "I have an idea. We can sneak into the museum at night and put the gem back. No one will know it was us," she suggested. Max agreed, though he was still nervous. Late that night, they sneaked out of their homes and headed to the museum. The town was quiet, and the moonlight guided their way. They reached the museum and carefully climbed through an open window. Inside, it was dark and eerie. Every shadow looked like a lurking figure. As they tiptoed through the museum, they heard footsteps. Max and Bella froze, hiding behind a large statue. A security guard walked by, shining his flashlight around. They held their breath, hoping not to be seen. The guard moved on, and they continued towards the gem's display case. When they finally reached it, Max quickly placed the gem back where it belonged. They turned to leave, but suddenly, the alarm went off. Red lights flashed, and a loud siren blared. Max and Bella panicked. "Run!" Bella whispered urgently. They dashed through the museum, trying to find their way out. The security guard was now on high alert, searching for the intruders. Max and Bella ducked and dodged, narrowly avoiding being caught. They finally made it to the window and scrambled out just in time. They ran all the way home, their hearts pounding. Back in their own homes, they sighed with relief. They had returned the gem, but the danger was far from over. The next morning, the town was buzzing with news about the alarm going off at the museum. Max and Bella exchanged worried glances but pretended to know nothing. Days passed, and the tension grew. The police increased their patrols, looking for clues about the attempted theft. Max and Bella tried to go about their daily lives, but the fear of being caught lingered. Bella noticed Max becoming more withdrawn and anxious. She decided they needed a plan to divert suspicion away from them. One evening, Bella visited Max. "We need to find out if anyone saw us that night," she said. Max nodded, realizing Bella was right. They started discreetly asking around, trying to gather information without raising suspicion. It wasn't easy, and they had to be careful. During their investigation, they overheard a conversation at the local cafe. A group of animals mentioned seeing a strange figure lurking around the museum the night of the alarm. Max and Bella's ears perked up. "We need to find out who they saw," Bella whispered to Maximum. They spent the next few days trying to track down the witness. Finally, they found an elderly woman named Mrs. Thompson who had seen something that night. They approached her cautiously. "Mrs. Thompson, we heard you saw someone near the museum the night of the alarm. Can you tell us more?" Bella asked gently. Mrs. Thompson squinted, trying to remember. "Yes, I did see someone. It was a tall figure, wearing a long coat. They seemed to be sneaking around, but I couldn't see their face," she recalled. Max and Bella exchanged glances. This information could be useful. They thanked Mrs. Thompson and left, feeling a bit more hopeful. However, they knew this was just the beginning. They needed more evidence to clear their names. As they continued their search, they stumbled upon something unexpected. A shady man named Tom had been seen around the museum the night of the alarm. Tom was known for his suspicious activities, but unknown to Max and Bella, Tom already had a plan in place to steal the gem. Max and Bella decided to investigate further. They followed him discreetly, watching his every move. One night, they saw Tom meeting with a mysterious man in a dark alley. They strained to hear their conversation. "The gem is back in the museum, but we need to find another way to get it," Tom said. Max and Bella exchanged shocked looks. They realized that Tom and his accomplice were the real culprits behind the museum theft. They had to find a way to expose Tom and his partner without getting caught themselves. Bella came up with a plan. They would gather evidence of Tom's involvement and anonymously tip off the police. It was risky, but they had no choice. Over the next few days, Max and Bella worked together, collecting as much evidence as they could. They took photos, recorded conversations, and wrote down everything they discovered. Once they had enough, they sent an anonymous letter to the police, detailing Tom's plan. The police acted quickly, arresting Tom and his accomplice. The news spread through the town, and Max and Bella sighed with relief. They had cleared their names and brought the real criminals to justice. Their friendship grew stronger through the ordeal, and they realized they made a great team. Life in the small town returned to normal, but Max and Bella would never forget their adventure. They had faced danger and uncertainty together, and it had changed them both. Max learned the value of honesty and trust, and Bella discovered the strength of their friendship.